Hi, Verbling! Welcome to this advanced listening class. My name is Lauren, and I'm very excited for the topic of this class. I think you will all find it very interesting. I'm just seeing Hamid. I'm seeing what you're writing in the chat, and I will check my messages after class. For those of you who are new to Verbling, I'm just going to post right now my Facebook and Verbling information in the chat over here if you would like to get updates to my classes. Hamid, for example, right now, he has been messaging me on Facebook so that I can help him with his TEFL course as an example. So I'm always here if you have any requests for classes that you think will help you in either school or in conversations, or if you want to practice speaking. I always appreciate suggestions for classes. Great. I'm just putting that in the chat now. There we go. And welcome into the Hangout, Hamid. How are you today?
I'm okay and a little bit nervous because I will go to journey. Yesterday I mentioned, if you remember.
The TEFL in a month.
No, I mean I will go to National Chemistry Congress.
Oh, right. Of course. How can I forget? I'm so sorry. When did you go? When is it? Not today.
Almost 5 hours later, I will go to by bus.
So you mean in 5 hours?
Yes, in 5 hours.
In 5 hours, so that means in the future, in 5 hours. Great. Why are you nervous? I'm sure it's excellent, Hamid.
Maybe you can guess before the journey, everybody should be or could be nervous.
I know. We have an expression. We say, I have butterflies. You know butterflies, right?
Yes, butterflies in stomach.
Yeah, butterflies in my stomach.
Yes, I know it is meaning.
Yeah, I put it in the chat there. Butterflies in my stomach. Great. Well, I hope that this class calms you down a little bit. Okay, great. And welcome to Aida. Hello, Aida.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm great too. Happy to be in your class.
Me too. Great. And I think I already mentioned this to you, but Verbling is looking for Spanish teachers to create courses.
Courses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will look at it.
Yeah, and you have to reapply. So it's a little different than what I'm doing here. It's better because you put together like a 5-class course or a 10-class course.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen courses before on Verbling, right?
Yeah, I have seen English courses.
So they're looking for very, very organized and excellent teachers in Spanish to create Spanish courses as well.
Thank you. I will look it. Thank you,
definitely. You're welcome. And welcome back, Blanca.
Hi.
Blanca, I'm sorry, but now every time I see you, I'm going to remember your story from yesterday.
Sorry, I can't hear you. It's like...
Oh, you can't hear me? Bad. What about now?
Yes, could you repeat it?
I said every time I see you from now on, I'm always going to remember your Christmas story.
Oh, that's good.
And welcome to Giovanni. Hello, Giovanni.
Hi, Lauren. I'm pretty good, and I'm so glad to join your class. And I'm looking forward to starting this interesting lesson that you are going to to take. Okay, and
Yay! I'm sure you'll
yeah.
find it interesting. I hope I'm talking about a very famous news story, so maybe you have heard of it before, but I hope that you haven't. So
Okay,
it's new.
okay. Yes.
Great. And
Great.
welcome to Muna. Hello, Muna.
Hello.
Hi, how are you today, Muna?
Fine.
Good. Good. Muna, I don't think I've met you before. You have never come to one of my classes, right?
Yes.
Good. Well, welcome this time. It's very nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Algeria.
Algeria. Oh, great.
Yes.
Well, very nice to meet you. And
Me too.
maybe Muna, you can add a profile picture so we can see your face
Okay.
next time. Next time.
Yes.
And same with you, Giovanni. We have your camera, but we see if you can add a profile picture. You know what I mean, Giovanni?
Are you talking with me? Are you talking to me? Sorry, I didn't understand what you.
Oh, that's okay. Maybe next time you can put in a profile picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So see, like in the chat, we all have our picture. Maybe you
Yeah.
can put one in too, just in case one day your camera is off. It's just nice to see our students' faces.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
It's like a real class.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
I pretend in my head it's a real class.
Yeah. Okay.
Great, and welcome to Onur. Hello, welcome back, Onur.
Hello, Laura. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How have you been?
Not far away, but I have the works to do, so I cannot join.
You cannot join regularly.
Yeah, regularly.
That's okay. It's nice to have you when you can come.
Thanks. Thanks.
You're welcome. And welcome back to Ricardo. Hi, Ricardo.
Hello, teacher. Hello, everybody. Ricardo from São Paulo, Brazil.
Ricardo, I want to say I was so sorry yesterday when your connection was not working.
Yes. Okay, no problem.
I felt so bad. But of course, there's nothing I can do, but
No problem, teacher.
okay. And welcome back to Renat. Hello, Renat.
Hello, Lauren. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So, I have to ask, Lauren, your second name is Tanya, right?
Yes.
In Russia, it is very popular name. So, do you have Russian relatives?
No. My mother is Italian, and she said she used to have a friend whose name was Tanya, and who was Russian. And she said it was the most beautiful name. She loved that name, so she gave me that name.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Nice name.
Thank you. I like it too. Yes, I think it goes well with Lauren. Lauren Tanya. I like it.
Yeah, right.
Great. And we got Goliath joining us as well. Hello, welcome back, Goliath.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. I'm just came from work. I'm exhausted as usual.
What time is it for you? 7 or 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock I am. And you look great today.
Thank
I like
you.
your shirt. It's very nice, very lovely.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
You know, when I was younger, I used to spend so much time making it straight. And now I think...
What is it? About what?
This is the hair.
No, I was talking about the shirt.
Oh, the shirt. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because already we talked about your hair is very lovely.
Oh, thank
the
you.
way it is. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so I have taken Blanca, and welcome again, Blanca. So last time I did an advanced listening class, but Blanca said I think it was a little too easy, and I agree with her. I read out maybe 4 lines, and then I asked you the question. So this time, I'm not going to give you any questions. or I'm not going to show you what I am reading until after. After I finish reading, I will show you the questions, but I will not show you what I am reading because I want you to really pay attention by listening. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
There are a few words that I want to ask you about. A few vocabulary words. Do you know what a canyon is?
Yeah.
Canyon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess Blanca maybe and me know from Hina.
What?
Oh.
I mean, teacher Hina visited a great canyon in San Francisco, so
Yeah.
I know from there.
The Grand
It's not
Canyon.
I thought it was in Colorado. Am I wrong?
It's in Nevada.
Ah, Nevada, yeah. It's this valley with water and high mountains. Ah, the Grand Canyon. I think the Grand Canyon is called that.
It is, yes, but there are many canyons in the world.
Okay.
A canyon, and you have the right idea, is when, let's say, there's a big mountain of rock, but in the middle there is a space. So maybe there's a river in between, but it goes very high up like this. And maybe there is a river in between the canyon or something. Or maybe no, maybe the canyon goes all the way down very deep into the earth. But I just wanted to make sure. It's like a valley with steep, very, very steep sides. Do you know the word steep?
Yeah.
Steep. What is steep, Aida?
When it's not horizontal, it's like, for example, a steep slope in a mountain. It is.
Yeah, like this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when you have two steep slopes and you fall, you're definitely going down, right? Okay, so
It's a slippery slope. Do you know this idiom?
I do, a slippery slope.
Slippery slope, yeah.
That's a really good idiom. I'm going to put this here. Slippery. What do you mean?
Can I add something?
Yes, please, Onur.
There's a very, very beautiful valley in the Turkey. If you come in Turkey, you must see that. The name is Ihlara. Ihlara Vadisi. Ihlara Valley.
Ihlara.
Ihlara, yeah.
Ihlara.
Yeah. The first Christians, which fear of the Romans, make a settlement in that valley. There's too much home in the carvings, right?
Carvings?
In the rocks. They carve the rocks and make.
I'm glad you're saying that because that is in the story I'm going to read you.
Yeah. This it's very, very, very beautiful.
Yeah, good. Oh, I love being outside and the outdoors. So that's why I guess this story is so interesting. I have a question. If you were going to go, let's say, climb a canyon or be around a canyon, what is a good idea to do? What is a good idea before you go to the canyon? What should you do?
To take a compass with you.
Mm-hmm.
And safety equipments.
Mm-hmm.
And Lauren, I want to say one thing. If you remember, I presented my city.
Poem?
No,
your city.
no.
Mm-hmm, your
Yes,
city.
if you remember, and I also said Cappadocia region. So I also presented Ihlara Valley, if you remember.
Oh, I didn't know that was the same one.
It is same. Yes, it is same.
Oh, cool. Yes, I've seen that one then. I have seen it, Onur. It's very cool. It's got like very old architecture. Like not fancy. Very like in the mountains, in the rock. Oh, I love it. But let's continue. So we know what a canyon is. What does it mean if you are in dire straits?
Means that we listen to the band Dire Straits?
Nice try. Anyone
When
have an
you're
idea?
upset.
I checked about their name, but I forgot. Yeah, something
okay.
that they don't have money.
Oh, well, it could be. And yes, Renat, you're definitely upset if you're in dire straits. So when you're in dire, if something is dire, it means desperate. If I right now, let's say I have no money, okay? I am in dire straits. I have no money to feed myself.
So that's I was right because I checked it 2 years ago or 3 years. That means they don't have money. They bankrupted, something like that.
It could be, but
It could
let's say you're driving in the desert and your car runs out of gas. You could have all the money in the world, but you are still in dire straits. Right? You're in dire straits. You're desperate. What do you do? There's no one. No one is around. Your car is dead. Your cell phone has no signal. What do you do? Right? So this is a dire strait when you are desperate and you do not have many options.
I see. Yeah.
Maybe we can get Muna, because you're a new student. I'm going to pick on you. Do you want to try to explain to us one more time what is dire straits?
I don't know.
That's okay. That's okay. What about Blanca? What is dire straits?
For example, talking about the canyon, imagine yourself in the canyon with all the cold weather and you have no light.
Yeah. And what does the word dire mean?
You're desperate because you may be frozen or something like that because you don't have any light or any blanket to cover.
Right? So, Muna, does that make sense? You're desperate.
Okay. Yes.
Good, good. Okay, next one. Spur of the moment. What does it mean to do something in this spur of the moment? I'll put it in the chat. Spur of the moment. Does anyone know?
No idea.
Where is the word?
Spur of the moment is an expression that means in this moment, I want pizza. So I buy pizza in the spur of the moment. I did not plan it.
Immediately opinion.
Improvise?
Yeah,
Improvise?
improvise. Yes, that was another word I was going to ask you. Improvise. You were improvising. Well, okay, class, I did not prepare for class. What do you want to talk about? That would be a spur of the moment. Like, well, maybe we don't want to do a listening class because everyone's talking. So on the spur of the moment, we will continue having just a speaking class instead of listening.
So last minute decision.
Yeah.
Last minute
decision. Sunday class. It was a Sunday class.
Sorry, teacher. If I'm not.
Yeah, Blanca.
If I'm not wrong, there is another expression that perfectly describes this verb is off of the cuff.
Off the cuff.
Yeah, off the cuff.
Handcuff?
Off of the cuff.
The
off
handcuff?
the cuff. Yeah, I mean, this is a cuff, but it means like, I think the expression is off the cuff. When you get out of jail, let's say, you have no plans. No plans. So whatever you do is like, I want to do this. I want to do this. You don't, and the idea is, in the moment, you decide.
Yeah.
I will do this.
For example, Lauren will sing a song, so it is a moment idea.
Spur of the moment idea.
Yes.
Spur of the moment. And it's a funny word, but that's what it means. And Blanca's exactly right. Blanca, do you remember what happened in that class?
Yes.
What happened?
We started talking about all the politicians, and it was a very interesting topic because we prefer to talk about it attending the class. I can remember the topic.
We were supposed to talk about homonyms.
Yes,
it was a vocabulary class, but Instead, Blanca was asking a girl from Italy. I think her name started with a T.
I don't remember, but there was a girl, two girls from Italy, one from Argentina, from Spain. Well, it was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. So, spur of the moment, the class description said, vocabulary. We will learn homonyms. But because Blanca was asking these questions, the class was too interesting. I did not want to say, stop talking. Let's talk about homonyms. So, spur of the moment, we had a speaking class. That's what spur of the moment means. You plan one thing maybe, but you're going to do whatever you think of in the moment. And off the cuff, yes, that's it. That's the same expression. Off the cuff. You do something off the cuff, spur of the moment, same thing. Okay, next word. What is drastic?
Drastic.
Severe.
Severe, yes, Giovanni.
Sudden.
Drastic, it doesn't need to be sudden. Drastic means severe. That's a good word, Giovanni. I'm putting it here.
I just checked my dictionary. It's written extreme and sudden.
Extreme.
Radical.
It could be sudden, but not necessarily. Radical, yeah. So, for example, what if right now I said, okay, everyone, I quit Verbling. Goodbye.
That's a drastic decision.
That would be like a drastic, like, wow, that was a drastic decision. Calm down. Whoa. Right? It would be like, what if China and Canada said, I have an idea, you be communist and we will be democratic. Let's switch.
Yeah.
Drastic.
That's silly, not drastic.
No, but I mean, you know what I mean. It's like something that is extreme. Extreme. Like, everyone who hears about this will say, oh my God, what? Drastic. It means the same as severe, extreme. Surprising. Yes. Good. Okay. And what does the word amputate mean?
Means to cut off something, leg or a hand. Amputation.
Yep. Exactly. When
you sometimes we use, I don't know, in French, amputate salary. You cut off some amount of salary as a punishment.
Ooh, I've never heard of that before.
It's in French. It's in French. I don't know. I'm asking if it exists in English.
I don't know. I don't know a lot about economics. So I have never heard of it, but maybe it exists. I don't know a lot about that.
Amputate, yeah.
But that's what it means, right?
Amputate, to cut off.
Yeah, or for example, Terry, maybe you don't know Terry Fox, but let's say I'm working with a machine and my finger gets cut off. Yeah, maybe I will get another finger, a fake finger, plastic, to go there. This is amputating, right?
No, but sorry, amputating is not accidentally. It's deliberately, or someone amputate. But when you had accident, I don't know. It's amputation means.
Well, I think personally, it is used to say, for example, his finger got cut off at work, so he had to amputate it. Right? Yeah. They don't just leave it. You have to go to the hospital and get it properly.
Yeah, that was the accident. It's cut off, and when they cut it with the surgery, they say amputation.
So
well,
that is a good distinction. Absolutely. No, that is a good distinction, Goliath. I just mean in everyday speech, sometimes we will say, but you're definitely right about the definition. So, any questions about this so far?
Lauren, can I ask you a question?
Yes, Renat.
The story, is it connected with a film?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I know what it's about.
Ooh, okay, don't tell us yet.
Okay.
Okay, and so we already talked about improvising. Do you know what the word ingenuity means? Ingenuity?
Yeah. Ingenious? Genius from
Yeah,
genius?
what does that mean?
Means something that is intelligent, made by intelligently.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
don't know,
I was
maybe.
on mute. No, that's exactly what it means. Right? Very, very smart. What did you say, Blanca?
Could you type the word? I couldn't listen to you.
Oh, yes.
Lauren, can you?
Ingenuity.
Yeah. I was telling you to write
like
it.
naive.
Ingenuity. Yeah.
Something like naive.
Ingenuity.
Not naive, Blanca.
No?
Did you say naive?
Yes, it's similar. It's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's actually like probably the opposite. Well, not the opposite, but okay. So naive is when, for example, my inexperienced. My first verbling class, I went to class and said, "Okay, everyone, what do you want to talk about?" And I didn't know what I was doing because I was very naive.
I would say, yeah.
Okay.
It's a skill at inventing things and thinking of new idea.
Yeah, sure. And it doesn't need to be inventing. It just means being creative. Having an ingenuity is like being creative.
Like to create a car with working with water. It's really ingenuity.
Ingenuous.
Ingenious.
Yes, ingenuous. Yes, good. Okay, and now I've got another one. What does it mean if something is grueling?
It's very tired.
Yes, Aida, go on.
For example, if you are talking about a grueling day or a grueling math, it's because you have to make a great effort because so finally you feel really tired.
Exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something that's really difficult. Absolutely, that makes you tired. Like, oh, I was walking so long today. It was grueling. So difficult and so tiring.
And punishing.
So I think Renat knows exactly the story I'm going to tell you, but does anyone else have an idea of what I'm going to tell you?
No.
Ooh, okay, Renat. Okay.
It is a very interesting story, I think.
Yay. Okay, I'm going to start reading now. After I start reading, then I will give you the link. Okay, so after I start reading, I will give you the link. Okay. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, my Google Drive has been difficult to access sometimes. Okay, we're good. Here we go. Aaron Ralston, a 27-year-old mountain sports fanatic from Colorado in the USA, found himself in dire straits alone in a canyon in the desert when a 500-kilogram rock fell crashing down the canyon to smash his right hand and trap it against the canyon wall. A terrible accident, but the situation was made all the more serious because on this occasion, Aaron had failed to tell anyone where he was going. At this last minute, the plans for a trip with his climbing partners had fallen through, and on the spur of the moment, he decided to head out on his own to cycle up a long mountain trail, leave his bike, and then walk down the Blue John Canyon. No one had the slightest idea where he was. After 3 days of not seeing or hearing any sign of life, Aaron realized he would die if he did not do something drastic. The course of action was horrific, but there was no other way. He would have to amputate his right hand. Fortunately, he had a small multi-purpose knife with him that he had some straps that he could use to make a tourniquet to stop himself from bleeding to death when he cut the arteries. The knife had 2 blades. When he tried with the larger blade, he found that it was too blunt to cut the skin. The following day, he finally found the courage to try the shorter blade, and with that, he managed to cut through the skin. Only when he had made a large hole in his arm did he realize that it was going to be impossible for going to be impossible to use any of the little tools on his knife to cut through the bones. After another whole 24 hours of pain and despair, the idea of strength came to him, and in a flash on the 6th day. With a final burst of energy, he broke both bones in his arms and freed himself. This ordeal was not over, though. He was still a long way from help. He had to carefully strap up his right arm and find a way of lowering himself down a 20-meter drop in the canyon with a rope, and only his left arm doing so, and then walk 10 kilometers back to his car. Despite his ingenuity and all of his efforts, he would have bled to death if it hadn't been for a very happy coincidence. The moment he got out of the canyon into the open desert, a rescue helicopter just happened to be flying overhead. One of the doctors at the hospital recalls being impressed to see Ralston walk into the hospital on his own, in spite of his injuries and the grueling experience of being in the desert 6 days with almost nothing to eat and only a couple liters of water. He described the amputation as remarkable. It's a perfect example of someone improvising in a dire situation, he said. He took a small knife and he was able to amputate his own arm in such a way that he did not bleed to death. It's amazing. Slim and pale with short reddish-brown hair, Ralston believes that his story was not simply about an isolated individual who rose up to a formidable challenge. No, for him, this was a spiritual dimension to the experience. In his news conference, he said, "I may never fully understand the spiritual aspects of what I experienced, but I will try. The source of the power I felt was the thoughts and prayers of many people, most of whom I will never know." Of the moment where he finally cut off his arm, Aaron said, "At last I was free. I liberated myself. I dropped back against the canyon wall for the first time in 6 whole days. My feet were in a different part of the canyon than where I had been trapped. And my body, all of a sudden, was overcome with euphoria. It was as if I was recalling all of the happiest moments of the past 27 years of my life and tasting them in the promise of at least another 20 years of life. I was reborn. Having been standing in my grave, writing my will, and scratching 'Rest in Peace' on the wall of the canyon, all of that was gone. I was alive again. It was undoubtedly the sweetest moment that I would ever experience in my life." Okay, I hope no one is sick about that story.
I'm not sick. I'm impressed about this will, the iron will of this guy. Yeah.
Iron will. That's a really good expression.
Yeah.
What is iron? What is iron? IRON.
It is a chemical element.
It's
Like
not
metal?
steel. What is
Yeah,
called?
like Blanca says, it's metal. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
metal.
Metal and chemical element too.
Mm-hmm.
And
like,
its symbols Fe.
Yeah, Fe.
Thank you,
It's a
Amit.
steel, like a steel.
Ferrum. It is coming from ferrum.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So when we say your will, what is your will? Something inside of you. Your will.
Determination.
Your determination, exactly.
Devotion.
So if we say your determination is like steel, you cannot break it. That's what Goliath said. Iron will is like determination that is strong like metal. You can't break it. So, does anyone have anything they want to express first? Has anyone heard that story other than Rinat?
No. It is a real story?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's crazy.
And I know. I know it's real. It looks like real.
It is real. Rinat, you saw the movie?
Yes.
How did you like it?
Oh, it was impressive, and I think this guy is very brave. I don't know what I would do if I was in his situation.
I know. Well, I have a couple questions, so now I'm going to give you the link to my questions, and I'm going to ask you more as we discuss. There we go. I'm also going to put it in this chat. Honey, I see that you're typing in the Google chat. Have you seen the Verbling chat? Giovanni?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I have some problems with the chat. I'm here, and okay, it's clear now.
It is clear. Do you see it? But do you see the Verbling classes chat?
Now, yes.
Now you do. Good.
Yes. Now, yes. But
Can you?
Yes, it was a great exercise for me because I was concentrating on your speech, so I think that I got what you read, what you had read, and okay, it's a good exercise for me, a good practice.
Good. I was reading at the pace, or at the level, the level of speed of a news reporter. So that is how you would, if you were listening to, let's say, Canadian or American news, that is the speed at which they talk.
Okay, it's a good exercise. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to screen share this. So before I want to make sure we have enough time to get through the questions. So before we talk about before we talk about the vocabulary review, which I will ask you individually to give us some definitions for these again, who wants to try explaining exactly how did his arm get stuck? Who wants to try that?
A rock crashing.
And do you remember how heavy that rock was, Blanca?
25. 25.
It is a 5 kilograms weight.
Hamid, don't interrupt.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. Sorry, Blanca, go ahead.
I think it was 25, I don't know, kilograms or pounds, or I don't know.
That's okay. I said the number pretty quickly. It was 500.
500. Oh, yes, yes, sorry.
That's
500, okay. And I think it was descending when the rock crashed him. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it didn't even say that, but you caught on. Like, it didn't specifically say that word descending. So you're absolutely correct. Good. And what about why were the circumstances surrounding Aaron's adventure? When I say circumstances, I mean what made this situation worse? Why was he hiking alone? There's a hint for you.
He was hiking alone because his plans had fallen through. Mm-hmm. He had planned with some friends, but finally their plans fallen through. So he decided to go by himself. Mm-hmm. But
I think he didn't tell to anyone where he's going. This is the worst and the big mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both of them are the exact circumstances I was looking for. And absolutely, Goliath. In fact, I learned this story because someone told me about it, because I knew that the movie was out, but I didn't think it was a real story. And someone was telling me, no, go research, because if you are going hiking, you have to make sure that someone is always, you have to, let's say, call someone and say, I will call you when I get home. And this is where I am going.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If in case you're not in time at home, they will start to worry, and they will they will do a research or to search for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. And Aida, do you want to explain what does that mean if plans fall through?
It means that if you have something planned, but finally something occurs, something happens that that makes your plan. I don't know how to explain.
Crushed.
What?
It's like it cancels your plans.
Yeah, that cancel your plans. For example, if you are planning to go to the mountain, but suddenly it rains a lot, so you have to your plans maybe can be fallen through because you can go do the rain circumstance, so the plans have fallen through.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Aida. It's like an expression. Your plans have fallen through. It's like if this is your plan, they have fallen. Now there's no plan. So that's how you can remember it. Your plans fell through.
All vanished or gone.
Yeah, vanished, gone. But it's really common to say fallen through or my plans got canceled.
Mhm.
My plans fell through or my plans were canceled. Great. Let's continue. Muna, our new student, is there a specific question that you would like to answer? Muna?
Mute yourself.
Oh, maybe Muna, we can't hear you, so maybe you are on mute. If you are on mute, Muna, just click the red button right here. There's a little red button. Make sure it is not red. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes. What about Ricardo? Ricardo, do you have a question you would like to answer?
Okay, I can answer the three, okay?
Mm-hmm.
How exactly did he amputate his arm? What?
Mm-hmm.
What was the worst part of this process?
Good. What do you think is the answer to that question? So, can you describe to me what did he do? How did he amputate it? Try to remember as many details
With a
as
knife?
you heard.
With the knife with double
Little
edge.
knife.
Yeah.
Oh, give Ricardo a chance. Ricardo.
With the knife, a little knife.
Yeah, and there were two parts to that knife. Do you remember?
No.
There were two parts. That's okay. And does anyone else remember now? There were two parts to the knife. Does anyone
Yeah,
remember that
I
detail?
thought you were talking to us, so that's why I interrupt. I don't know that you were talking to Ricardo.
Oh, that's okay, Goliath. That's okay. But
So
what
you-
about? Do you know the answer to this question?
Only one was blunt, and the other and he
Largo.
couldn't cut the bone.
Sharp part.
Mm-hmm. So have you ever seen one of those? It's like this, and the knife is like inside of it. Here, I'll show you a picture. They're very common in Canada. It's called a pocket knife.
So one that you can curve. You can curve.
Mm-hmm. Here, like this.
Like Switzerland.
Yeah, like a Swiss Army knife. Yeah, like this.
Yeah, Switzerland. This.
Yeah, he had like something like this. So it had two knives on it, and this one was too blunt. Blunt. Blanca, what does blunt mean?
It's the Blanca. Okay.
Not sharp.
Not sharp.
I think opposite of sharp. I mean, it's not. It can cut or something like that.
Mm-hmm. If I use my finger to cut, it won't work. My finger is too blunt. Maybe my nail will cut, but my nail is still blunt. A knife is obviously less blunt, and it is sharp. Yeah,
it's more like we say, let's cut our veins with cookies.
Let's cut our. Say it again.
Veins with cookies. Let's cut our veins with cookies.
Oh, now you're making me hungry, Blanca.
Yeah.
Teacher, can you type the word in the verb in chat, please?
Blunt.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, bye, Hamid.
They say diamond cuts diamond.
Yeah,
So
diamonds
sharp.
have to cut themselves. Yeah, because you need them to be equally sharp. Did anyone remember? So why did he ever use the big blade?
I held it up against my arm and I started pushing into it. I couldn't get the knife.
Sorry, Ricardo. Ricardo, I'm just going to mute you for a second because we're hearing maybe a TV in the background or something. Okay, well, it said that the knife, there was a sharp one, a big knife. It was too blunt. It would not even cut into the skin. So he needed to use the small one. And then, oh, it's crazy. It's a crazy story. But let's continue. Who has not answered a question yet? What about Rinat? Rinat, number 4. Once he finally cut his arm, was he safe? Was everything good once he finally cut it off?
No, I think because his bones were not cut. I don't know how to say.
And okay, so yeah, sorry, go on.
And he couldn't cut his bones with his knife. So he just I don't know how to say, maybe damaged.
Broke,
yeah. And then he was safe.
And so was he safe once he cut the arm off?
Sorry?
What happens at the end? That's okay, Rina. We can ask someone else.
No, I can try. He got off the canyon. And met the rescue crew or rescue helicopter.
Yes, good, Rinat. Good, and I just wanted to say welcome to Isa. Hello, Isa.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, how are you today?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. Did you hear when I was reading the article?
I couldn't hear what you were reading.
So, that's okay. That's okay. We talked about a man who had to cut his own arm off because he was stuck in a canyon.
Okay.
But you will understand as you listen to your classmates, okay?
All right.
Okay. Okay, so for anyone else, did he call a rescue helicopter, or how did the rescue helicopter find him? Does anyone know?
Because when he got out of the canyon and began to walk in the desert, fortunately an helicopter appears and she him.
It was like luck.
Yeah, it was really lucky then.
Yeah.
He was really lucky.
Yeah, it was a coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence, yes. Yes.
Maybe they were looking for him. That's why the helicopter was flying over there.
Definitely. I think that's...
This is the part I don't understand. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't tell anyone where he's going. How come there is a helicopter looking for him?
He said he was at a park, or not a park, but let's say a national park. It is very big, of course, but in the United States and in Canada, very often we just have rescue helicopters for no reason, just to make sure there's no problems.
Yeah, but the Grand Canyon is very big and very large area.
Oh, this isn't the Grand Canyon.
Ah, so what?
This was another canyon. It was called
The Tiny Canyon?
alone in a canyon.
But
Where
he
was
had
it?
been lost for 6 days. Maybe
The Blue
someone.
John Canyon.
He had been lost for 6 days. Maybe someone noticed something strange. I don't
I
know.
think
Maybe.
he was lucky.
Probably Blanca.
He was very lucky. Very, very, very lucky.
Yeah, maybe Rina, do you remember? Did people know where to send helicopters
Oh,
in the
sorry, I
movie?
can't remember.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I will find out. Maybe I'll post it on my Facebook wall. Yeah, I'm interested if how they would know. I mean, maybe he had gone there before or something.
No,
But when
I
you're
just
stuck in
find
a
it.
canyon,
Sorry, in the movie it says that he met a family, and a family sends for help.
oh, in the movie it says that.
Yes, I just find it here.
But
Well,
in
I
the
don't know. I haven't
story,
seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie.
but in the story is not like that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, Hollywood,
They change,
they
yeah.
make things more exciting. But okay, so I have a question. What was his reaction immediately after? What happened? What did he feel? Was he like, great, I'm ready to go? What did he think?
He said, "I'm gonna join Verblin." No.
No.
He said he was reborn again.
Yes or not?
He felt liberated.
Exactly.
He thought he was in a spiritual dimension and thought about all the prayers for people and things like that.
Yeah, like he feels people were praying for him or something.
Yes. Something like he liberated himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
What I understood is when he realized that he made it, he made it, and he's alive. Things are changed, so he has another taste for life from now and on. I think it's not about cutting his. I think so. Maybe it's when the story they are close, but when he's realized that he's alive, he was about to die. So he's reborn again. I don't know. He's born again, I think.
Exactly. He is reborn or he is born again.
Yeah, reborn. Yeah.
Because re already means again. So we don't say reborn again.
I had a car accident. I've seen the death in person, wearing a nice suit, and after I realized that I'm not dead, life changed completely. So I know
changed
this.
for you.
Yeah, changed. Yeah. So I know this feeling. It's not about cutting. I don't think so.
I agree. That's why it's such an inspiring story because he went 6 days. Now I want to ask you this question. Do you think he thought he was going to die, or did he ever accept that he was going to die and use evidence from what I read to you? What do you think?
I don't remember.
That's okay.
Yes, I thought I think he thought he was going to die. He has no water, for example. I think he has a couple liters of water. I don't know. He has a few water, and with no food, with no one to talk, with no help, you probably think, I'm gonna die.
Mm-hmm. And did you catch, Blanca? What did he do to the side of the canyon? Did you hear?
Sorry?
On the side of the canyon. Did anyone hear what did he do to the side of the canyon during the 6 days?
Right in his will?
Yeah. It said that. It said, yeah, absolutely.
I heard something like will and remembering his. I don't know. I maybe I.
Yeah, I'm looking for the exact words here. But basically, yeah, he spent time. I'm just looking for the. Maybe I didn't read that part to you. Did you hear about him etching on the side of the canyon? Yeah. Let me find it. 1 second. There we go. Yeah. So he said, having been standing in my grave, writing my will, and scratching rest in peace on the wall of the canyon, all of that was gone now, and I'm alive again. Or I was alive again. Yeah, so that was like the very, very end.
Yes,
so,
I remember.
Poetic, right? Standing in his own grave, which he was.
Was it figurative meaning, or he dug his grave for real?
That's figurative. Great. Yeah, it's figurative. Right? Because I mean, he was standing in the exact place he was going to die. Right? He was standing on another rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. And I agree with you, Blanca. I think he was ready to die. And finally, does anyone want to tell us, we only have a couple more minutes, but how do you think you would have reacted in this situation?
I would cry like a baby.
I'm sure he did that.
I think that...
Okay.
No,
sorry.
No, go ahead, you.
Wow, polite.
You're so sweet.
I will scream. I think I'll scream and I'll try to ask for help. And I don't know. I felt sometimes, I don't know how to say this in English. I don't know the word, but I felt down when with no food, with no help in that condition. When you, oh my God, let me try.
Say it in Spanish.
Desmayo.
Madre is to die.
I don't know, like I will. It says fainting.
You would faint.
Yes.
And then what happens when you wake up?
I will lose my mind. Yes, yes, I will lose my mind. So that's for sure.
You would lose your mind, exactly. You would lose your mind.
I think the worst thing someone can face is to be alone in such a terrible circumstances.
I know, and I read his diary that he wrote his own journal after. And he said, you know, the worst curse I felt was that I had food and water. He said that was the curse because he has food and water and he feels, you know, at the time, of course after he was happy that he had that, but at the time he thought, if I hate that I have food and water because now I'm going to stay alive longer in this situation. Right? Horrible. Horrible. What were you going to say, Aida?
What I'm going to say that I think that nobody really knows how will approach such extreme situations until you are in the moment. But I think that there's no doubt that everybody will have more. The survival instinct will appear in everybody. I don't know, somehow. I don't know. It depends on the person, but we all have a survival instinct that we can use at that moment.
And you never know what that is going to look like until you have to.
Yeah, I think that. Maybe something that you always think that you will never do, like amputate your leg. You will do it because if you. It is just the unique way to survive. You will do it.
Okay. Next time I go to a trip, I'll bring with me a saw, so I won't have to. Yeah. To get
I know. I mean, that's why I said at the beginning, what would you do before? And you know, I have been riding my bicycle, my bike before, and I'm thinking, one time, for example, I fell off of my bike and I was very hurt. And it took me 20 minutes to realize my leg was not broken and I could ride home. But I thought, I'm all alone, it is nighttime, and no one knows where I am. And then I read this story, and from then on, I always tell everyone where I am. Always. Because that's the moral of today. Always tell people where you are. Especially if you're going hiking in a canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I promise.
Okay, good, glad. Excellent. Well, thank you all so much for coming to class.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm just looking. What is my next class?
It's about present perfect.
Yes, it's about all 3 perfect tenses. So I hope to see you there. And I also have, after that, a lesson on the R sounds. R sounds, helping you stop rolling the R's. Okay, great. Thank you all so much, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Lauren.